Welcome back to Days. Today we plunge into a whirlwind of suspense, family ties, psychic visions, and courtroom dramas sweeping through Salem. Let's unpack every twist and turn from this explosive Wednesday, where allies are tested, secrets resurface, and a legendary villain's shadow looms once more. A DiMera shockwave. Susan's seismic return. The mood in the DiMera mansion is nothing short of electrifying as Susan Banks, Salem's resident psychic, comes storming back into town. Fresh from her own mysterious escapades, Susan's sudden arrival shakes both Chad and EJ DiMera to their cores. Susan can never simply slip into the background. She enters brandishing strange warnings and cryptic insights, her presence heralded by a sixth sense that often blurs the boundary between reality and the supernatural. It's not just her sons who are reeling. Susan's advocacy for her family, especially grandsons, is unwavering. She arrives intent on supporting EJ through the fallout of his recent shooting, and stands fiercely behind her other grandson Johnny as he faces a daunting murder trial. Susan is determined to unmask the true culprit and exonerate her family, ready to consult every spirit from the great beyond if that's what it takes. Courtroom courage. Chanel and Johnny's pledge. Meanwhile, in the courthouse's sterile halls, Chanel Dupree DiMera is a pillar of steely optimism. She clings to hope, promising Johnny they can withstand the storm currently battering their marriage and reputations. As the couple exchanges furtive glances across courtroom benches, Chanel insists that even the direst accusations can't extinguish their future together. She's the spark pushing Johnny to consider life beyond the gavel's shadow. Dreaming of new beginnings, perhaps even starting a family or returning to the Sweet Bits bakery where so much joy once bloomed. But it isn't easy. Johnny's trust has been shaken in more ways than one, thanks to misunderstandings, including a supposed betrayal involving co-star Alex Kyriakis and Johnny's own wavering confidence. Still, Chanel's faith becomes their shared armor in these fraught times. She urges Johnny to talk more, trust more, and plan for a tomorrow unclouded by legal battles and family feuds. Susan's psychic visions, premonitions, and perplexity. Back in the mansion, Susan can sense chaos brewing beyond the obvious. Often dismissed as eccentric, she boasts a record of eerily accurate psychic flashes, though deciphering them is an art in itself. This time, her most bombastic declaration yet leaves everyone dumbfounded. Stefano DiMera, the immortal phoenix and patriarch of the DiMera dynasty, might not be resting in peace after all. Both Chad and EJ react with trademark skepticism. How many times has Stefano returned from the dead, only to be revealed as a look-alike, a chip-induced persona, or some elaborate scheme? Yet the idea that his essence could be lingering or plotting another rise deeply unsettles even the most rational DiMera. With every warning that Susan utters, the room thickens with tension. Could Stefano's mythical ability to cheat death truly extend beyond the grave yet again? The philosophy of resurrection in Salem. To the uninitiated outsider, it may seem absurd, but in Salem, the resurrection of a villain is almost an art form. Stefano's legendary escapes from death have spanned decades, ranging from dramatic fake-outs to cutting-edge science fiction. Brain chips, identical imposters, and secret alliances have all contributed to keeping his threat alive. Whenever the DiMeras believe they're finally free, a new cryptic clue or chilling premonition drags them back into a world where nothing is impossible and danger lurks beneath civility. Susan's intuition has never been more valuable. She feels compelled to delve deeper, convinced that truths from the afterlife are waiting to be unearthed. Is she sensing Stefano's consciousness, reaching from the shadows to manipulate the present, or merely another DiMera deception waiting to be revealed? Stakes in the shadows. Plotlines collide. The drama doesn't stop with Susan's vision. The criminal case against Johnny feels increasingly precarious. The case, built on circumstantial evidence and volatile family history, threatens to splinter the DiMeras once and for all. Detective Jada Hunter's investigation has yielded little hard proof, mostly hearsay and the volatile emotions of a family steadily fracturing under pressure. Across town, community figures like Abe Carver and Paulina Price find themselves pulled into the vortex, counseling and confronting Chanel and Johnny as they weigh their next moves. Even as the courtroom drama grows thornier, whispers of adoption, betrayal, and forgiveness ripple through Salem's tight-knit social web. Analysis. What if Stefano really isn't dead? If Susan's premonition is more than mere spectral nonsense, the implications for Salem are seismic. Stefano's return, either as flesh and blood or in some darker technological guise, would destabilize not only the DiMeras but all of Salem. Decades of old grudges, lost inheritors, and unresolved schemes could come roaring back. Allies could swiftly become enemies, as long-standing feuds reignite and loyalties are tested to breaking point. Furthermore, the very nature of justice in Salem could be called into question. If Stefano has found a way to cheat death yet again, is there any true closure, any real way to end cycles of crime and vengeance? Or is the town doomed to repeat its past, haunted by ghosts both literal and figurative? The road ahead, family, fate, and fear for now, Salem waits with bated breath. Johnny and Chanel must lean on hope, love, and each other's resilience as they fight to clear their names. Chad and EJ, suspicious but desperate, are forced to reconsider their faith in Susan's odd gifts. Susan herself stands as a bridge to the unknown, refusing to back down despite the doubts swirling around her. Will her instincts lead to deliverance or disaster? What's certain is that Susan's return is a catalyst. As the trial draws to a climax and Susan's warnings grow more urgent, the DiMera family stands at a crossroads, teetering between hope and horror, skepticism and the uncanny. With every ominous vision and courtroom twist, Days of Our Lives reminds us. In Salem, the past never truly rests, and neither do its most powerful spirits. Next, a tangled web of truth and loyalty. The DiMera trial shakes Salem, a charged encounter in the town square. The cobblestone paths of Salem's town square, usually a place for casual strolls and friendly banter, became the stage for a moment of high stakes as Chad DiMera crossed paths with his brother, EJ DiMera. The air crackled with unspoken tension as EJ, ever the strategist, reminded Chad of his pivotal role as Bell Black's first witness in the explosive trial that has gripped the town. With a steely gaze, EJ urged Chad to stick to the truth, promising to handle the intricate legal maneuvering himself. Chad, his voice steady but laced with the weight of the moment, offered a cryptic assurance that fate would unfold as intended. Their brief exchange, set against the backdrop of Salem's quaint shops and autumnal glow, hinted at deeper undercurrents, family loyalty, perhaps, or a shared secret yet to surface. Could Chad's testimony tip the scales in a trial already fraught with emotion? A courthouse collision of hearts and minds as the grand courthouse loomed over Salem. Its marble steps bore witness to a fleeting but poignant moment between Bell Black and Johnny DiMera. Bell, her phone pressed to her ear as she finalized last-minute strategies, caught sight of Johnny attempting to slip past unnoticed. Her heart, torn between duty and affection, compelled her to stop him. In a voice soft yet resolute, she declared her unwavering love and belief in his innocence, her words a lifeline in the storm of legal battles. Johnny, his eyes reflecting both gratitude and strain, acknowledged her role as his attorney with a nod, understanding the delicate balance she maintained. Moments later, EJ brushed past Bell with a curt "counselor," his tone dripping with restrained hostility. This brief encounter outside the courtroom doors set the stage for the fiery showdown within, where familial ties and professional obligations would collide with devastating force. A glimpse into the DiMera legacy inside the courtroom's hallowed walls, Johnny shared a quiet moment with EJ, revealing a visit from their formidable matriarch, Grandma Susan. Her unyielding conviction in Johnny's innocence bolstered his spirits, a beacon of hope amidst the legal maelstrom. EJ, his confidence unshaken, declared his son's innocence with fierce certainty, hinting at a suspect he believed responsible for the attempt on his life. Yet, Johnny's warning to his father was sharp and clear. Stay away from Chanel during the trial. His protective stance over Chanel, a figure shrouded in mystery and speculation, added a layer of complexity to the proceedings. Was Johnny shielding her from EJ's wrath? Or was there more to her connection to this case? The DiMera family's storied history of power plays and betrayals loomed large, casting a shadow over the truth yet to be unveiled. Belle's blistering opening gambit as the trial commenced. Belle Black strode into the courtroom with the poise of a seasoned warrior, her eyes sweeping over the jury, the judge, and the DiMera men with calculated precision. Her opening statement was a masterclass in persuasion, delivered with a cadence that held the room captive. She painted a chilling portrait of Johnny DiMera as a young man driven to the brink, alleging that his actions were not only deliberate but meticulously planned. Belle's words cut deep, accusing EJ of leveraging his influence to shield the DiMera legacy at all costs. "He is a DiMera through and through," she declared, her voice resonating with conviction as she urged the jury to see through the facade of familial devotion. Her argument wove a narrative of ambition and betrayal, suggesting that the DiMera name was both a shield and a weapon, one that Johnny wielded with deadly intent. EJ's fiery rebuttal, EJ DiMera, never one to be outdone, rose to deliver his opening statement with a charisma that bordered on defiance. Belle's accusations, he countered, were a tapestry of deceit, woven to mislead the jury and tarnish his son's name. With a sardonic chuckle, he dismissed her claims as theatrical posturing, devoid of substance. EJ's love for Johnny shone through as he proclaimed his son's innocence, his voice a blend of paternal pride and unyielding resolve. He argued that the prosecution's case rested on shaky, circumstantial evidence, pointing out the myriad enemies he had amassed in Salem, any one of whom could have pulled the trigger. His rhetoric was a calculated blend of emotion and logic, designed to sway the jury by exposing the prosecution's vendetta against the DiMera family. "Do not let my son pay for my enemy's sins," he implored, his words lingering in the air like a challenge. A town divided by allegiances, the trial's opening salvos revealed more than just legal strategies. They exposed the deep fissures running through Salem's social fabric. Belle's accusation that EJ's defense was a desperate bid to protect the DiMera name struck a chord with those who viewed the family as untouchable titans, their influence both a blessing and a curse. Yet, EJ's counterargument, that the district attorney's office had long targeted the DiMeras out of prejudice, resonated with those who saw the family as victims of an overzealous legal system. The courtroom, a microcosm of Salem itself, buzzed with whispered speculations about hidden motives and buried truths. Was Johnny truly capable of such a heinous act, or was he a pawn in a larger game? The question hung heavy, unanswered, as the trial promised more revelations to come. The road ahead, truth or deception? As the gavel fell, signaling the end of the day's proceedings, Salem's residents were left grappling with the weight of what they had witnessed. Belle's methodical dismantling of Johnny's character clashed with EJ's impassioned defense, leaving the jury and the town torn between two compelling narratives. The trial, far from a simple quest for justice, had become a battleground for loyalty, legacy, and truth. With Chad's testimony looming and whispers of Chanel's involvement swirling, the next chapter promised to unravel more of the DiMera family's secrets. Would Belle's calculated precision triumph, or would EJ's fiery convictions sway the jury? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: Salem would never be the same.